Who knows about these Asian bangs from the 90s? Immigrant rebel child style. Who knows about the oversized sports jackets, wearing the Fila sandals with the socks, the baby girl crop t-shirts with the baggy jeans. I wasn't cool enough to be really in that style back then. I was like a baby girl, but I remember being really akogareteru, or like just like admiring the older baddies back then. The baddies like in middle school who'd be like smoking in the bathroom, and I'd be like scared to go in the bathroom because they're scary. That's not what I'm here to talk about, but kind of it is. Eclipse season is upon us, happening in a couple days. This whole month basically is eclipse season, and it's a transformative time. It's alchemical chaos kind of time, major timeline jumping kind of time, prophetic times. And it's not just transformation on the individual, local relational level. It's on a planetary level, involving all phenomena on this planet, from the animals and the plants to the relations, our circumstances, just transformation from deep within outward, from the deep yin. And I really need to talk about the yin right now, and I felt I really need to talk about it in the dark like this in my car. I just like can't go on further without expressing this. We are not going to dismantle colonial patriarchy with just love and light and niceties, politeness, especially for women, AFAB, queers, QT BIPOC, especially us. We're not ushering in a new paradigm by wishing it only. Like, yes, the intentions and the prayers, the relational work, absolutely is so important. But we really need to harness our yin power. And a lot of the yin power gets a bad rap in a patriarchy, colonial patriarchy at that, where yin expressions are regarded as ugly, impolite, rude, inappropriate, disgusting, vulgar, and it, because we live in a society that is operating out of colonial patriarchy, when we feel into the textures of those natures within ourselves, we really put ourselves down and police ourselves, and we get policed by other people. Call it, they're trying to protect us or look out for us, but really it's like policing the wrathful, feral, wild creature beast of expressions of the yin. And for, especially women, AFAB, two-spirit, queer, like QT BIPOC, people who have been subjugated by the cis, het, white, colonial, patriarchal paradigm, for us, it's time to tap into the deep reserves of this yin cave, like witch creature, being inside of us all. We all have it. Just look at Mother Nature's example. Like, you think that you're gonna be cool walking into the forest mountain at nighttime and leave unscathed? Like, it's the terror of the valley spirit. And I love Taoist perspective, because everything, if you read Lao Tzu's writings, the Tao Te Ching, everything begins with the valley spirit. I would argue also that my lineage of Buddhism, Nichiren Buddhism, also begins with Myo, which has the character woman in it. Just a little bit of woman is the mystical essence that permeates all phenomena and catalyzes opening, regeneration, and to be fully endowed, meaning like we have everything we need to be our own universe, and the ability to just like be in concert with all phenomena, Myo. But I want to say in a practical sense, if there are things that, you know, it could be anything. It could just be like your relationship with some dude in your life, or your brother, or your father, your uncle, just like aspects of the colonial patriarchy that is, you know, landlords, even if they are like women, the system of colonial patriarchy, if there are things bothering you in your daily life right now about it, it's good to drop in to the negative about it. You know, you don't have to go out in protest about it during an eclipse season. Like, eclipse season, just, we can be in our cave, but letting yourself, taking from the lessons of snake year last year, when we were in that for like a whole year of like being in the deep ultimate yin and the negativity of it, you know, and the inward reflection of the mystic, you know, nonsensical, but just like brewing in that necrosis, that kind of energy, and yielding amrita or medicine from that place. We can draw from that right now in this eclipse season, where if there are things bothering you, frustrating you, irritating you, infuriating you, you feel into like the pettiness of wanting to like cuss someone out or like punch someone, harness that energy, like harness it and cultivate it, and center yourself while holding that rage, and these negative emotions, and work with it to clarify, what is it exactly that you are feeling those things about? I promise you it's about colonial patriarchy at the bottom of it, even if it's a specific person, and even if that person is not a woman. I bet you at the root of it, something about that frequency is about the way that we've been conditioned to operate and normalize the oppression and violence of colonial patriarchy. So start to get clarification on what it is that you are angry about, and be clear about who the actual enemy is. It's the system of empire and all these like horrendous, you know, ways in which the yin gets subjugated and violated. Harness your anger and rage and all the negativity within you about that, and be in your cave, work with it, go into a process of alchemizing, stay with it. I can't even tell you what you're going to transform the ball of negativity into. It's your own alchemical process. But that medicine that you're going to cultivate and yield from this portal, should you rise to the occasion, you will have the medicine that is needed to usher in a matriarchal, you know, liberatory paradigm that the world is waiting for, and the earth is waiting for, and all the beings that want to live are waiting for. And my prophecy is that next year, goat is house of sexuality, just like the horse, but it's yin sexuality. And the goat is community oriented. It's high time for us to yield the lessons of the snake. What does it mean to tap into the ultimate yin? And now we've been in a horse year. Horse is a bigender animal, yang on the outside, very dynamic, but yin on the inside, very sensitive to relational, you know, subtle shifts, and, you know, heart breaking open constantly this year. You know, the heart's the horse correlates to the heart organ. The horse's heart is 5 times larger than a person. So if you feel like you've been like stretching yourself relationally, circumstantially, just really feeling like you are being tested to the limits of your capacity, you know, especially in your internal realm, maybe also in your physical realm as well, you're on the right path. You're getting horse training, readying yourself for goat year, where we are creating a circular, you know, non-hierarchical kind of society where all the characteristics of the zodiac, all the expressions, you know, of beingness in this existence get to be here, and we get to be a society together. We don't need dad, like a president, you know, we don't need some male figure to tell us how to operate functionally together. We can find it within each other because we are balancing the yin yang. You know, we're balancing all the animals of the zodiac that we ourselves house, all the planets, placements, you know, all the houses, all these things that astrology, you know, tries to create vocabulary for. We have it all within us, and our ability to embrace the things that colonial patriarchy has said that we should not embrace, that is evil, you know, embracing that within ourselves is going to allow us as a whole to stop being entrapped by the delusion of polarization and siloing and canceling one another, stunting our own ability to liberate ourselves. If we can embrace ourselves in totality, then we can embrace totality as a totality, and there isn't a need to look outside of ourselves to find or create peace and harmony, sustainability, and the ability to relate to one another. Even if there are differences and ruptures and conflicts, we know how to move through them because we see the totality in the other person within ourselves as well, even though it may take a process. If you want to harness this like yin, you know, these emotions that get deemed as like negative or whatever, just be in the full expression of that. Me personally, there's no other music that is more hitting than women, music by Black women, rappers, you know, like it just really like there's something about the music of Black women that hit that deep yin vibration so powerfully and accurately that it's hard to tap for me in other genres quite in that way. So I'm going to share, I know Spotify is fucked up, and I know that we live in a very complex world. Well, I'm even recording this on an iPhone. That's fucked up too. But I'm using the tools that we have and sharing this playlist. Don't listen to this playlist right before bed and raise your like blood levels, you know. Don't like heighten your cortisol before bed. But yeah, in the coming month, you're already feeling hot from the summer. You're already feeling hot, you know, from something you're irritated by. Rather than direct it outward toward the person or the situation, play this music and work with that energy, you know, cultivate it, allow it to be there, allow it to be a part of you, and allow it to be in your toolbox, allow it to be in your own repertoire of what you are, and you will have a great medicine to take into the new paradigm that is a more matriarchal paradigm. Love you. The colonial patriarchy is not going to step to the side and say, I've had my time, I'm done now, it's your turn. Open the seat next to it. It's time to claim your yin power from deep down in your dantian, the tanden, power of the womb space, and unleash that from within. It's time to own it. It's time to own our power and claim what is all of ours.